Hello, everybody. I have this tube I've been filling with silver dollars. So this is the stack. We're going to look at them a little bit, fairly closely each one. But I also talk about the economy a little bit. This is a 1921 Ben Hogue, but they were talking about the third quarter estimates for growth. This is a nice 1921, except for the Hogue. Anyway, they said the economy grew at about, its preliminary estimate, about 4.9% in quarter three. So why does it not feel like we are really growing well? Well, for me, the main reason I would say it doesn't feel like the economy is so well is because interest rates have crept up. This is a 1922 as well. I got quite a few of these peace dollars that are beat up and worn out. But the economy doesn't feel very good because interest rates have risen a lot in the last year. And not only that, another 1922 with a Hogue. The price of gas has remained high for quite some time. The inflation has been really high. Now they say it's coming down, but it's still high. So you don't really feel like the economy is going very well when uh, you know when interest rates and inflation and gasoline prices are all high. You really don't feel like you're doing all that well. Now this particular peace dollar here I bought last year for $16. It's basically was priced at melt at the time practically. You don't often get to buy any silver dollar that cheap. There are some Morgans in here. Here's another 22 that's worn quite a bit. This one has a San Francisco mint mark on it and some damage. But another 22. Now, this particular one, darkly toned 22 as well. Someone started to drill a hole in it. Other than that, it's not in real bad shape. So a lot of these have been 22s so far. Here's another one that someone scratched. Now, and it has glue on it. I'll let you see the coin. All right. This is another 22 that's worn quite a bit, although you can read the date mostly. I think this one was $17 early in the year last year. There are Morgans in here. This is a 26 that someone scratched. Well, you see it pretty well. Now, getting back to the topic about economy, when will it start feeling better for most people? Well, it will start feeling better when inflation is non-existent, which is not going to be easy to do. This is an 1886. Oh, this particular coin was in mint state. It'd be a valuable coin. It's one of the most valuable of the Morgan dollars in mint state, not so much in worn out. This is an 1883 Philly. Now keep in mind, most of these I bought for right around 20 bucks last year. A couple of them only like 18. A couple of them were a bit more, like this 1878 with a tiny hole in it. But has nice toning and it looks pretty cool even with the hole. It's an estimate, 1878 San Francisco. This one, the date's gone, it was $18. Although it does have a mint mark on it, which is an S. It looks like it has 1880 something on it. So it's an earlier Morgan. This one was $18. It's a 21. Kind of a big hole drilled into it. Now, this one is just average circulation. Philadelphia 1921, which they made 46 million. I quite like it, even though it is very common. I don't think that one was 20 bucks. I think it's a little bit more. This is a second year Morgan, 1879. No mint mark that I can see. They're all down right at the D&O area, right above it. So this is a Philadelphia. All right, this is another 1879 Philadelphia, a bit more worn. I still like these. So can the economy start to feel a little bit better? Well, I think gas prices are going to have to drop. It's going to be hard to do in this economy. And this is 1890 Orleans mint. When the O was there, they would strike the second most Morgan dollars of the mints. Quite a bit of them, actually. Now, this 21 has a particular problem. Someone ground the date off. Now, why they did that, one of my coin dealers told me that they used to use these in slot machines and to try to prevent people from taking the Morgan dollars home, they ground the dates off. Now, back when they were doing that, the price value of silver, this was worth more as its face value at that time. So that's why they didn't mind using them. Got a couple more to look at real quick. 1884 Philadelphia with, I don't know, that's just almost looks like a little divot has been pushed in it. Or who knows. It's pretty well worn, but when it was only about $20, I didn't feel too bad about buying it. This one's got divots cut into the rim. It's Orleans mint, 1883. Now, on our talk about making the economy feel better, like I said, gas prices will have to drop. I'm going to show you the silver dollar moat around this coin glass dish, which is not a real old one, but it's not a reproduction either. This one's probably made in the 70s or something. But it's not a real big. They make one that's for cigars that's 10 inches across. This one's about 8. And the one that's 10 inches across has 4 coin type designs on it instead of just the one. The way you tell the reproduction ones on coin glass is this will be not frosted. So that is a word to wise if you're buying those. So anyway, and then I think besides gas prices coming down, inflation's going to have to drop below 2%. So it doesn't seem like every time you go to the store, the price of something you're wanting to buy is higher. The last thing, the interest rates. They, I don't know how they can bring them down, because if they bring them down, it'll probably heat the economy up again and cause inflation to go higher. So it's one of them kind of things where it's going to be very hard to get it to feel like our growth in our economy is really good, because most people who don't make, hundreds of thousands of dollars, you make that kind of money, you're not noticing gas prices as much. Now, if you go to buy a house with the way the house values have grown, or buy a new car or a used car with how much the price of that has risen up, it's going to be pretty tough to feel good about the economy for a while. Well, and it may take a while before that happens to feel better. It may take a few years. It may take longer than that. It's hard telling. But since the pandemic, the economy's not felt good to anybody who makes, let's just say, under $20 an hour. And if you live in some of the bigger cities where, the cost of housing and other stuff is way higher than like out in the, in the rural areas, or anywhere in the United States where the population of the cities is under 100,000, probably doesn't have the high, as high of house costs and other stuff. But the gas price, all that stuff, there's not a whole lot you can do about that. So I'm hoping that eventually the interest rates can be moderated lower, and inflation will come down, and the gas price will get to around $2 a gallon or less. That happens, then people who are pinched right now because of how much everything's rising in cost might start feeling a little bit better about how the economy's going, because 4.9% growth sounds pretty good, but not so good when inflation and interest rates are as high as they've been. I don't want to go a whole lot longer, but we will show you the silver remote again. And I just watched a video for the Kansas Kid. He's a guy that I've known for quite a while. He has kind of like rebranded his channel, so go check him out, and like and subscribe if you like his content. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and pull this down for the night, and hope everyone has a good night. Hope things get better soon, and I'll talk to you again, because that's all I got.